In today's episode, we are here in Sussex, New Brunswick. I'll be meeting with local barber Juanita over at the Sussex Barber Shop. It is my first time here, and I'm really excited to see what this hidden gem in New Brunswick has to offer. Let's go. So Juanita, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me in your shop today.
Thank you for coming.
Every venture has its origin story. What is the origin story here in this shop?
I kind of fell into having my own shop. The older fella that I used to work with, Art, he decided he had to kind of retire. His arms were getting sore all the time, so he kind of said, I'm going to cut back. You want to take over? And I was like, sure. I was very nervous about being on my own for a while at first and stuff, but I really enjoy my job a lot over the last 20 years, I'll say. It is family now here, so it's very good. I like it.
What's the calling card of Sussex? What's the one thing that puts Sussex on the map?
Sussex used to be a dairy town. It's not so much now, but you still have the dairy town roots. So you got a lot of farmers, farmer kids, grandkids. It was a one-horse town originally, so you do know everybody, every business and everything else. You see changes, but at the same time, you welcome those changes now. As we're, I'm gonna say a whole generation, like 25 years ago, there wasn't diversity here.
Barbering, I feel, or through my experience, I've always felt, is that like a male-dominated position, would you say? What is it like being a female barber?
Well, see, here we're in Sussex. It isn't male-dominant, it's actually female-dominant.
Okay.
But I know it's still a male-dominant trade, but you are seeing more females. It's about 50-50.
Juanita, I love chatting with you. I love your shop. We do have a couple guys coming through for haircuts. I can't wait to see what's in store.
They're great guys. You'll like them.
How long has Juanita been cutting your hair, Dean?
A long time. I'm gonna say at least 15 years.
Mm-hmm. And has it always been the same style, or are you switching it up today? Maybe blue, green dye in there? I don't know.
We change her up once in a while.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Tell me about your relationship. How did you guys meet? Was it on a whim? Did you just walk into the shop one
Yeah,
day?
he just moved back from out west, and I've been cutting his hair. I have cut his son's hair till he hit the teenage years, and there's a lot of family close connections around this area, so.
Okay. Dean, you mentioned that you left the area for a while. Where was it that you went?
I went out west for work just because everything was slowing down here a little bit. So
What were you doing out there?
I was into the oil and gas industry for 16 years, and then decided to move back because I had the little kids and wanted to raise them back here where it was a little easier and better environment.
It seems like this is where you guys want to be. This is home. What is it about the community that makes it so special?
You really do know everybody. We are getting new people in, but it doesn't take long to get to know them, and they're all thinking how friendly it is and how helpful everybody is. That's a big thing with the Maritimes. They're very helpful. If you're sitting on the side of the road, somebody will eventually come and help you,
Dean, like when you're not working, you're not getting your hair cut, what is it that you get up to for fun out here in Sussex?
Winter is always something to do. You can go snowmobiling, you can go wherever you want. You can always run out to Alma, grab a lobster.
Yeah, I'm sensing most people I talk to out here in New Brunswick, they all seem to have grown up with the outdoors. They've all been in the forest, adventuring, building tree houses, hiking, biking, on the sleds. There's no shortage of things to do out in nature.
No, there's always something to do.
I don't do this to everybody, but Dean has a couple extra eyelashes that grows because he has a scar.
Hold still, Dean.
Yeah.
That could get ugly real quick.
Another good reason to have the right barber.
Yeah, butcher, thank you.
Dean, it looks like you're looking pretty fresh. You're looking clean.
Good for another day, anyway.
Yeah, how do you feel?
Awesome.
Nice. I think, Juanita, you did your job then. He's feeling good. You are located right off the highway, right across from Big Irving gas station. This is a main artery flowing through New Brunswick. I imagine you probably get some pretty interesting characters coming
yep.
through the door.
Yeah. The great thing is now you can park your truck right out front here, and you can come in and get your hair cut and get on with your day. So I get a lot from different areas. More truck drivers that are traveling, because it is hard for them to get a haircut too. So, they might be in their truck for weeks and to try to find somewhere off the beaten path that you can actually get into. And I have just a walk-in service, which is rare now, so it does help a lot.
Is that a common thing? The truckers will just pop over for a quick haircut?
Yep, they can park the truck right in the parking lot here, so you can get them coming there. And I usually have an open sign, flag, outside there, so they can see it as they drive back and forth on the highway, so they know they can stop in and get a haircut. I'm here today.
Okay,
yeah.
So it's making sense now. This is why my packages are always late when they're coming from this direction.
Yeah. So, and I accommodate some, like because it's hard for some people to get here by 5 o'clock. I'm here till 5:30, but it's hard for them to get here. So some of them, they say, well, I got back in town 5:45. So I give them a card and I tell them, text me, let me know you're coming, and I'll wait.
Do you find yourself being sort of like a quasi-therapist for people who sit down in your chair?
I find it quite interesting. Sometimes they're my therapist, sometimes it works the other way around, but no, you have great conversations, and people need to vent every once in a while. It's hard to keep everything to yourself sometimes, and I like talking to people, and what goes on in here stays in here, and I don't say nothing to nobody else about it. I try to give them some suggestions or something, and vice versa. They'll give me suggestions too, so it's good.
Okay, so Bill, something tells me this isn't your first time seeing Juanita here today.
No, been coming here for quite a few years, I guess now.
Is it always the same style that she does you for, or are you mixing it up?
No, I don't mix it up. I just come in and sit down, and she knows what to do.
Okay, so you're a firefighter. What is that like out here in a smaller community?
Oh, it's interesting. Can be a lot of fun. There's a real camaraderie, amongst the guys. Being in a small community, you know a lot of the people that you're going to help. So sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. But
so you can get the call at any moment. Is it that type of job?
Yeah, at any time. I've never had it when I've been sitting in this chair, but that could happen at any time.
It did actually once years ago.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, once years ago.
You had to run out with that, like only half your head cut?
Yeah, I wouldn't be the first guy to go to a fire scene with half a haircut.
Yeah, what are some of the challenges you would say face you on your day-to-day in your career and in your life here in town?
Yeah, well, on the fire side of it, like everything's changed over the last few years. You're expected to basically do everything. In my normal day-to-day life, my life's pretty good. Pretty easy, pretty routine, I guess.
There you are. One more down.
Thank
Looking
you very
good,
much.
Bill. I like it.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Great.
Awesome. What is it about the haircut that just gives people a sense of confidence and self-worth? And
I think it does help a lot of people to have a good haircut. Again, one of my customers have been in the hospital for a little bit, and that's the one thing he wanted as soon as he got out was a haircut.
Wow.
Just so it was just that, to have that feeling, to feel good, So and it does,
yeah, I imagine conversations maybe are a little bit deeper than others that are just on the surface, like maybe talking about spirituality and higher purpose. Do you find that the conversation's very in depth with people you're talking to?
Very much so. Everybody has problems, and it's just nice to have that flow with somebody that you can talk to a bit, relieve some of that stress, and walk out the door, getting on with your day and feel better about everything. Not just the haircut, but yourself.
Yeah.
And that's part of it.
I really did love speaking with Bill, Dean, and Juanita. I learned a lot about Sussex, but I also learned how tight this community really is. That's something that I truly do admire. The next time I'm in town, I definitely know where I'm getting my hair cut. I'll see you in the next episode.